Hey guys, what's going on? I am Jeff, and this is my wife, Maria Binnick from Friendship Fitness, and today we are here to talk to you about the unknowns. This is a special hero workout that we have created, and today we're going to tell you all about it. Here we go. All right, guys, so the unknowns is a very special hero workout to me specifically. We do it every year here at Friendship Fitness on Memorial Day and on Veterans Day, and they both provide sort of a unique challenge. Typically, Memorial Day is a little bit hotter, a little bit sweatier, and a little bit more challenging to get it done under the time cap. Veterans Day is going to be mostly inside, and so that provides its own challenges here in Columbus, Ohio. So the reason that I created this workout is because I had the distinct honor and privilege of being a sentinel at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier from 2006 till 2008 for about 2.5 years of my life. Now what that means is I guarded the Unknown Soldier, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. And the guards there act as the family members and the protectors of these unknown soldiers. And what an unknown soldier is somebody who gave not only their life, but their body was so mangled in their deceased state that we were unable to identify who they were. And so what I always tell people is if you can imagine putting yourself in that state of having a family member or a friend, your son or daughter, your mother or your father, your spouse, if you can imagine them being deployed overseas and you hear that something happened to them and they're MIA, you don't know where they are, and you never get any closure beyond that. All you know is that they're missing, but you don't know if they're dead, you don't know if they're captured, you don't know anything else, you get no other information. And you stay in that constant state of wonderment about what happened to your loved one in perpetuity, forever. And unfortunately, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of family members that have experienced exactly that throughout the years, as recently as the Vietnam War. And so the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is a shrine to those soldiers, and it represents all of those soldiers and the families that are affected by it. And so a lot of people come by this every year. They see the changing of the guard, and they pay homage and their respects to these soldiers and to all the fallen people at Arlington National Cemetery. So we do this workout to be an extended family member, to bring awareness to the unknown soldiers, what an unknown soldier is. There are still family members alive that don't know what happened to people that they were married to. And they come and visit us, and as a soldier you get a very unique experience, and you get to talk to a lot of very interesting individuals and hear a lot of crazy stories. So when I got out and I started this business, I wanted to find a way to share that story, because not a lot of people talk about it, not a lot of people know what it is, not a lot of people know what it's all about. So if you guys are going to try this workout, please keep all those things in mind and maybe have a little bit of a conversation if you guys are going to do this with other people about what this workout represents. Maybe share this video before you guys do it. And thank you so much for doing it. Now, we're going to do 21 reps of 21 movements, and that is the highest honored salute that we can pay fallen soldiers. And so we kind of look at that just like when we're doing our steps, our pauses. If you guys don't know anything about the Sentinels, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, everything that we do there is in 21s as well. And again, it's just because every movement, every pause, everything that we do there, we want to be representative of paying, our respects to these fallen soldiers, their families, and everybody who's been negatively or, affected by it in any way. So we're going to go through, me and my wife are going to talk about the movements, and we're going to talk about some tips and tricks and maybe some little hacks that we've kind of figured out along the way. Also some common flaws and where people maybe try to cut some corners. And as with any hero workout, guys, I really ask you to try this. There's a couple movements in here that maybe are a little bit higher skill. And I ask you to try it, right? Challenge yourself a little bit. Go outside of your comfort zone just a touch. See if you can do it. Right. And again, I always try to put myself, kind of think about, those unknown soldiers and what they were going through in those last moments of their lives, and, the challenge and the struggle that they faced. And just think about, like, when you put things in that light, it's not that hard to try to do one double under at a time, or to try to do maybe one toe to bar at a time, and just struggle through it. Challenge yourself. So that's my challenge to you guys when you guys try this. If you guys do this workout, please let us know below where you're doing it from, what part of the country, what part of the world you guys heard about this workout, and leave us a comment on how you guys did below. Thank you very much. All right, so let's talk about the structure and the format. Now, there is a strict 45-minute cap on this workout. You do not go 45 minutes in 1 second, okay? We try to keep that cap because there is a never-ending trajectory upwards of how challenging this workout will become. The way that we do this is you're gonna start at 95 and 65 pounds. Those are the prescribed starting weights, and you have 45 minutes to complete the workout. Now, if you finish in under 45 minutes at those weights, the next attempt that you make at the unknowns, so let's say you do it this Memorial Day and you finish it in 38 minutes and 54 seconds, awesome. The next time that you do it, if you're a gentleman, you're gonna go up 20 pounds. If you're a lady, you're gonna go up 10 pounds. So guys, that would mean you're going to 115. Ladies, that would mean you're going to 75 pounds on your second attempt, okay? If you complete it there, you're going up to 135 and 85. If you complete it there, you're going up to 155 and 95. And we've never seen a guy finish it at 155. We have had a female finish it at 95. So those are sort of our higher marks as you guys start doing this, but don't skip past it. Try if you can to just do it as that's written. So even if you're a stud and you're gonna crush this workout at 95 pounds, do it at 95. Give it an honest shake and then build your way up appropriately, okay? So that's the way this workout works. It's 45 minutes to complete all 21 movements. Now at the 45-minute cap, you might not be done, and that's fine. You guys might be through 19 of the movements, and we have them numbered, so you know, if I finish the overhead squats and I'm into my kettlebell swings, I've finished 17 plus however many kettlebell swings I did, so let's say 8. So my score would be 17 plus 8, all right? And then that's a good way to start walking up and trying to complete this workout in under the time cap. So that's our structure, that's our format. Let's talk about the movements. All right, guys, so remember, 21 reps of everything we're gonna talk about here. Now, the workout starts with front squats, and we're gonna be alternating between a barbell movement and a body weight movement for the first chunk of movements here, okay? The front squats are gonna be a little bit of a trap. You can squat clean it, and most people can go through 21 unbroken here. If you guys struggle, or you're not a great squatter, or you don't have great cardio, I might even think about breaking these up a little bit, but Maria's gonna squat clean this up here, go right into her first couple reps. Now, what I would like to say more than anything is just take a pause at the top for a second. Make sure we lock out all the way. Make sure you take a second to breathe every time. It is a long 45-minute workout, and we don't want our heart rate to get away from us, okay? Now, she would then immediately go to the pull-up bar. Any style of pull-up works for this. You can go strict, you can go supinated, you can go any style, doesn't matter. Go from full lockout, get your chin over the bar, and you're good. Now, our next barbell movement, guys, is going to be Sumo Deadlifts, okay? So this is just a regular Sumo Deadlift, not a high pull added into this. So she's legs wider than hands, just locking out nice and tight at the top. Again, pretty simple and smooth here. And this is gonna prep us going into our more shoulder-driven piece. So this is where the workout starts to get a little hard, is we're gonna go push-ups, right into push presses, right into wall climbs, okay? So Maria's gonna pop down, she's gonna do just a couple push-ups here. Coming off the push-ups, she's gonna pop right to the barbell, and we're gonna go through the push presses. Now, if your shoulders start to get a little hot, a little tired here, you're gonna maybe wanna think about dropping it and breaking just a little bit here, okay? Because what we're really doing is saving our energy for the wall climbs, okay? The wall climbs are really, for a lot of people, especially for me as being a bigger person, they are the hardest part of this workout. They're also probably the biggest time suck. So we wanna get there with pretty fresh shoulders, but I've thrown a little curveball here by putting the two movements right ahead of it to be pressing heavy, okay? So we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna clip in our wall climb discussion because that's probably one of the most efficiency needed pieces. And so we're gonna talk about that in a little more detail. So here's that. Now, Maria is a miniature person, so she does not struggle with wall climbs near as much as I do. And so for her, she can usually get this done in about 4 minutes. For me, it's probably closer to about 6 minutes. So if you guys are looking for a range, I like to try to keep it somewhere around the maybe 4 per minute. What I like to do is do doubles. So we're gonna have Maria go down. Now it's important, let's talk about the standards first. It is chest touches the ground, chest is gonna touch the wall, chest is gonna come back and touch the ground. But we have to walk our way there. So we walk our way up, she's gonna touch her chest to the ground. She has to walk her way all the way back down and touch her chest back to the ground, and that would be 1 rep. I like to go right into my next rep, almost like a burpee, okay? So we're always doing doubles when we're working. She touches again. Now, this is the key point. What I like to do here is, so she likes to rest there, I actually like to roll over onto my back. Roll. This is my favorite, okay? Because that actually takes the pressure off your chest for a second. I like to take about 3 to 5 breaths, and then I roll back over and I do 2 more. And I roll back over and I do 2 more. And that's kind of the way that I like to operate on these, right? Some people go to their knees. Now, let's talk about a couple things that don't work, okay? A couple things that we see from people is they short their hands and they reach really far, and then they actually tuck their feet and don't walk their way down. They actually kind of tuck and land in a squat. So Maria's gonna go up here. She's gonna walk, and instead of walking her way back out from here, she's just gonna try to reach her chest far, and then she's just gonna drop her feet down into like a squat, like that, and finish there. That rep would not count, right? So we like to think about a wall walk is all the way up and you walk all the way back down. So she couldn't go from here and then like walk her hands out from this position and touch her chest down and have that count, okay? The other one that we see, which is a little bit less common here, is she's actually gonna go up and then she's actually gonna kind of do a round off out of this. So she's gonna go up to the top. And every now and again, we'll see people go here and they kind of go to the side and they go like that, and they might even just stay down on the ground and stay on their knees there and then extend back out. So again, just think about it, it's very simple. The same way you go up is the same way you gotta come back down, okay? So those are sort of the tips and tricks with this. I like to always do 2. If you guys are better at this, maybe do 3 in a row. So bang, 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 and then get to a rest position, okay? Go to your knees, roll over onto your back, but get to a position where you have no pressure on your chest and on your shoulders. Very important to relieve that stress a little bit. Otherwise, you're gonna find that your upper body gets really, really tired, okay? So those are the wall climbs and wall walks. Got 21 of those suckers, as Maria would say. If you guys are doing this in a pair or a team, you're gonna alternate these. So you'll lay next to each other. Maria would do one, I would do one, Maria would do one, I would do one. Now, we just got done with the wall climbs, okay? Now we're gonna go into a little bit of a trap portion of the workout, okay? These next 2 movements are gonna get our heart rate up quite a bit here, all right? Now, the squat cleans, we have 2 or 3 different ways we can do this. What a lot of people, the first time they do the workout is they do a bunch of touch and go reps. I would not recommend this, but if you guys feel like you need to catch up a little bit time-wise, this is a good way to do it, okay? So she's going touch and go. Another option would be just to do singles. So she can do 1, stand up, drop, take a second, reset herself, do 1. Obviously, if you guys have bouncy weights on, like a 15 if you're a female, you guys might want to make sure that you take that second to control the barbell down so you don't lose a lot of time chasing your barbell around. But we're going to go right from squat cleans into burpees, okay? That combo has a tendency to get people's heart rates way up through the roof. And when we go to the second hardest, I think at least, the second hardest, some people would say the hardest portion of the workout, the Curtis P's. If that heart rate is really jacked up, this is where this workout's gonna start to hit you like a ton of bricks. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 is really the main chunk of time and effort put into this workout. So as we lead up, we're gonna talk about the Curtis P's now, okay? The Curtis P is gonna come from the ground every time. Very important to make sure that we know that we don't just go back to the front rack. So she's gonna power clean, front lunge with the right, front lunge with the left, and then a push press or a shoulder to overhead, okay? Then we have to go back to the ground, all right? So that front lunge portion, especially at the heavier weights, is gonna be very challenging for people, all right? Now let's talk a little bit of efficiency tips here, okay? Number 1 is when you step out of the lunge, try to go to a little bit of a broader stance and try to, when you step out of that lunge, land and catch in a dip so you're ready to drive up overhead in that push press or that push jerk. So let's watch Maria here step out of her lunge into that wider stance, so that she's ready to go overhead. Boom. And you see how that's kind of rhythmic, right? We don't want to break those movements up. We definitely don't want to strict press. We don't want to do too much effort there coming in and out of those positions, okay? Now, that chunk of time is going to start to creep up on you. You'll notice that a good pace on the Curtis P is about 4, maybe 5 per minute is a really good fast pace on those, okay? Assuming that each rep probably takes 6 or 7 seconds, and a lot of people will be doing predominantly singles on those, dropping from overhead and resetting themselves. All right, now the nice part is once we get through the Curtis P's, we're sort of on the downhill just a little bit, right? That's the really hard part of the workout. Once you make it through there, you're kind of gonna start flying a little bit faster. You have to be done with the Curtis P's by about that 22 to 23 minute mark to have a shot at finishing. Ideally, obviously, we'd be a little bit faster than that. All right, guys, say hello to Gus, one of our other family members. He wants to help you guys talk about double unders and toes to bar. So, for the double unders and toes to bar, guys, make sure that we are trying the skills. If you guys can do 1 toe to bar or you can do 1 double under, try to do them one at a time. Just try to get them done. Try to make sure that you guys take that second to get through those reps, right? A little bit of struggle is okay there. It'll also actually bring your heart rate down just a touch if you're taking your time to go through those as independent reps. If you guys are great at them, you'll fly right through those. And then we're back to the barbell. Again, we've got a little high heart rate clip coming up here, okay? So once we get to the power snatches, which is 12, we can go through the next couple pretty fast, but our heart rate's gonna get pretty elevated. So for the power snatches, guys, we're gonna watch Maria do a couple. I recommend all singles here, and I recommend making sure that you drop your butt under. And I'm also gonna maybe think about, if you want to, at the heavier weights, do a little bit of a squat snatch, and we'll talk about why later.
Are you making me do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hope I can still do one.
All right, so she hits a squat snatch and she's good. All right, maybe on that last one or that last two, hit a squat snatch, because that's gonna prep us for the overhead squats here in a little bit. Now, after the power snatches, guys, we're gonna go right into continuing this high heart rate clip. We're gonna go into broad jumps, which is a sneaky one. So we have 6x4 mats here, okay? So Maria's gonna go back. She is a female, so she's gonna go on the 4-foot mat section, which for us is sideways, okay? So she sets her toe up on the line, jumps and drives over the line is the goal. Now, if she were a guy, she would go to the 6-foot section and up, big jump. All right, and so she'd go the long ways on the mats. Okay, so if you guys have 6x4 mats, awesome. If you guys don't have a 6x4 mat, you might just think about jumping from bumper to bumper. That's about 4.5, 5 feet. Okay, so that's a pretty good jump. Or if you're a guy, you could go barbell end to barbell end, and that's about 6 feet, a little bit more. Okay, so you guys can go there and choose that for broad jumps if you guys don't have stall mat sections in your gym. All right. Now, from the broad jumps, we're going to go right over to the wall, and we set up the wall balls and the boxes kind of right beside each other at a separate part of the gym, so people can go over, do their wall ball shots, and then immediately turn around and do their box jumps, okay? Make sure, guys, on the wall ball shots, we haven't done squats since all the way back at number 7, all right? So make sure when you are going down in that wall ball, sink into the squat a little bit. That's going to help you feel a little bit better when you go over to the overhead squats here in just a couple reps, okay? So off the wall ball, we're going to circle right around. A lot of times I try to get it to where right when people turn around, their box is ready for them. They'll do their box jumps, 24 inches and 20 inches for guys and girls respectively, okay? And then we're going to pop onto the rower. And this is where we start thinking about we're moving fast, we're looking at the clock, we're starting to go a little bit quicker in between movements here. So it's kind of nice. Our ADD starts to settle in because we're kind of cycling back and forth between movements, all right? Now Maria's gonna pop in. This is one of those sneaky little ones. You kind of don't see it, right? Overhead squats. And if we haven't loosened up overhead squats, which I've done this a few times where I do the unknowns and I don't warm up overhead squats beforehand, that is a bad idea. Make sure that you loosen up your overhead squats because you're gonna be tired by the time you get here. You're gonna be 30 minutes plus into this workout. And when you go up and to stabilize overhead, when you're tired and your shoulders are tired and your legs are tired, your heart rate's way elevated, it can be pretty nasty, okay? So Maria's gonna power snatch up. She's gonna set her feet here, get to a good position, and then nice and smooth, making sure just like with the front squat, she takes a second at the top of every rep to breathe and make sure that she hits that full lockout, okay? Now she sets it down, and that's gonna be the last time we see the barbell until the final 21 movement, okay? Now we're gonna, for us, this is going outside, okay? We always put our kettlebells outside. We sometimes will put other things outside, but the kettlebells are always outside. And what's nice for us as coaches or for cheerleaders, we have a lot of people who sit and spectate this workout also. And for people who are watching, they know when somebody goes outside, it's like, okay, it's cheering them on time. They're almost there. They're coming up towards the end of the workout, and we can start getting ready for them, okay? Now, for the kettlebells, we've got 3 movements. We're gonna start simple with our standard American kettlebell swing. We're gonna go all the way up overhead. All right, nice vertical bell. This is a great position, 53-pound kettlebell for the guys, 35 for the ladies, pretty standard. Now, the next 2 movements a little bit more challenging. Not a lot of people do kettlebell snatches anymore. So you guys have to go below the knee. You don't have to touch the ground, but we have to go below the knee, and we have to lock out up overhead, okay? You can alternate hands if you want, or you guys could just rep out here. So you can do all 11 on one side and all 10 on the other. It is your call, okay? Making sure you lock out each rep each time. The last one, guys, is a tater. Not a lot of people have seen this movement before. It is a Russian swing with a flip into a goblet squat. So it looks like that. Russian flip and goblet squat. Okay, so kind of like a squat clean with a kettlebell. Now, a more beginner way is to undergrip this, okay? And then you can swing and just turn it right over. And so you don't have to release. So if you have beginners to the kettlebell and they don't want to be releasing that bell and having it float in the air to catch it, that is a safer way for them to try that tater out, okay? Now, this is the most fun part of the workout. For us, this means people are racing back inside. They're looking at the clock. It's like 43 minutes and 50 seconds. They've got 1 minute to try to get in this last set of thrusters. It gets pretty fun. If you guys see this happening, rally behind people. This is sort of that grit, toughness, challenge piece of the workout. We're gonna end with 21 thrusters, pure grit here. All right, so just gonna squat clean, up overhead. If we need to break here, try not to drop the bar. Try to just pause overhead for a second, take a deep breath, and then go, all right? So if we get in our 21st thruster inside the 45 minutes, you're good. We've seen so many people get to 16 or 17 reps, get so close at the 45-minute cap. So do your best to try to grit through that last little bit. I always try to tell people, like, that's the challenge of the workouts. Try to get to that 21 set and see if you can do it unbroken. So that is the unknowns, guys. I hope you guys try it. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you to my lovely wife for demoing for me and supporting me for all these years. And if you guys can, I'm gonna put a couple charities below that we like to donate to. If you guys feel like from a hero workout perspective, you guys like to give some money to different charities, that's something that we always support. And I'll throw a couple up there, a couple that are specific to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, but also a couple veterans charities that we like to donate to as well from time to time. Thank you guys very much. And if you guys do it, again, comment down below the video. Let us know so that we can kind of see and provide any tips or questions you guys have. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Sergeant Bennett of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army. Guard of Honor, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The ceremony that you're about to witness is the changing of the guard. In keeping with the dignity of this ceremony, it is requested that everyone remain silent and standing. Thank you. Shoulder. Up. Forward. Up. Forward. Up. Good. Up. Up. Up.